You are watching Oregon Evening News with head anchor William James, investigative reporter Joseph Owens, Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico with weather, Chef Ravioli with cooking, Robert Traffic with traffic, and Dylan Huska with entertainment. This is Oregon Evening News. Hello, I'm your host, William James, and you are watching Oregon Evening News. Today, on our special investigative part of the show, we will be looking at 5 different stories that have taken place at the Oregon State Mental Hospital. The first story involves the transfer of a new inmate to the hospital. His name is Randall Patrick McMurphy. McMurphy was transferred from a work camp to the hospital after being dubbed insane. One of the interesting parts of this statement is that many sources from inside the hospital have been on record saying that he is not insane, but he's actually a manipulator, and is using this claim of being insane as a way to get out of doing manual labor. Now, onto one of our investigative reporters, Joseph Owens, with a different story involving the hospital. Thanks, William. Today, I will be talking about one of the events that occurred inside the hospital. Apparently, a few weeks ago, there was a meeting with the inmates and the head nurse, Ms. Ratched. The discussion started off normally, but slowly became an argument to turn on the World Series for the patients during their work time. The inmates then lost a vote to turn on the series, but on the day of the game, Randall Patrick McMurphy turned on the TV until Nurse Ratched turned it off. Instead of standing up or arguing with the nurse, McMurphy continued to stare at the blank screen, and this silent protest against the nurse gained steam and encouraged other inmates to join McMurphy. It was extremely odd. The patients they've never been so uncooperative. Why did you stage the protest? My goal was to show her that she can't push us around all the time. Even if we are convicted, we should be treated fairly, which is not what she has been doing. Why do you think the other inmates joined you in this protest? Well, I think my role in this institution is to help motivate the other patients. When I first came, they would barely speak up for themselves, but now they're actually getting stuff done. Oh, we're on air. Sorry. Next, in some sport-related news, the members of the institution just recently went on an illegal fishing trip. The inmates were not allowed to leave without the captain of the boat, but they left without him while he was on the phone. The police were then called, but there were no arrests made since the ship was already paid for by McMurphy in advance. Now, onto Dr. Shrimp Puerto Rico with the weather. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty nice out. Thank you, Doctor. Another big event that took place just recently was the death of Billy Bibbett and the attempted murder of Nurse Ratched. Bibbett committed suicide after being verbally abused by Nurse Ratched. After Bibbett's suicide, Nurse Ratched then went on to blame McMurphy for Billy's death, which made McMurphy attack and strangle Ratched in an attempt to kill her. Ratched survived the incident, and McMurphy was sent to the disturbed ward of the hospital. The final bit of news is a bit on the sad side, because Randall Patrick McMurphy was found dead this morning inside the mental hospital. The cause of death was confirmed to be suffocation. McMurphy was murdered by Chief Bromden, another inmate at the hospital. The murder was most likely out of mercy because McMurphy was not his old self, because he went through a lobotomy, which is when part of the prefrontal cortex is removed from the brain. After killing McMurphy, Bromden escaped the mental hospital and is now on the run, so look out for a very tall man in a jumpsuit. Now, onto Robert Traffic with the traffic.
Yeah, there's no traffic out here.
Thank you, Robert. Well, that's all the time we have today. Tune in tomorrow when we will be talking about steamed yams. I've been William James, and this was Oregon Evening News. Thanks for watching.